Yeah, hello everyone. I am Omega Zero.
I am Late Night CJ, aka Sweet Daddy in the streets.
Now, we have another topic coming for you, but this one's not necessarily from me. Usually, when we come up with proposing topics, either by me or Late Night CJ, or even by my brother Atrocitus, I'm usually the one kind of like spearheading them most of the time. But
So you said you get to relax on this one, and I get to ask the question.
you can ask the question. Yes, Late Night CJ is the one who wants to propose this topic.
Being that we just spoke on the movie and how she messed it up, but that's neither here nor there. What do you feel can make this movie a classic or make this movie trash?
Well, Mortal Kombat. Well, there's already something that's getting people heated up about this already.
And that is
the introduction of Mortal Kombat's, well, the movie's original character that has not been mentioned, used, or even talked about in any form of media related to Mortal Kombat, to my knowledge. This character being Cole Young, I believe is his name now. He is the audience stand-in for the characters of someone entering Mortal Kombat having absolutely no idea what's going on. Like, he's the normal guy being put into Mortal Kombat, which kind of already have a character that works for that. That character being Johnny Cage. Oh, easily could have been the stand-in for the other character. There's a reason not to know that perfect, and it would be surprised when it goes down and someone gets there.
That was for a Bruce Lee movie. They went to that island, and
I haven't watched all Bruce Lee's movies. I think I watched the one that you
Game of Death.
Death Game or something.
Game of Death.
The one where he has the yellow jumpsuit, right?
Where he's out there, they had the black dude that they patterned after. I think it was the second Eddie. He had the afro.
Tiger's like well, anyways, we're
His name was Eddie. Because that was patterned after a guy in that movie, Jim Kelly. Because he finds out that you gotta die. You win by killing your opponent. Suddenly, I would like to see your eyes. Man, you come straight out of a comic.
So here's the thing: the new Mortal Kombat movie is going to be all about fatalities for. Now, here's the thing: as a critic, as someone as kind of like someone who's going towards the writing, analyzing certain issues and topics. If I wanted blood and gore, I'll just go to the game for it. That's what the game is known for. Going for a movie, the story is good. Because here's the thing, Mortal Kombat in the past, it's always kind of been like a popcorn flick, especially with the second one. Just watch it as like the first one was at least decent and not terrible. But with this one being the introduction of Cole Young,
Game of Death was, but it wasn't the movie.
fair enough. Going back to that, Mortal Kombat story has not. Well, I should say the new timeline story has been kind of confusing and kind of difficult to follow. Then again, rules are rules.
That's exactly right there. The afro.
I don't think Eddie was.
They had one time where he had
Yeah,
afro
it was
and,
no. That was a different character. I think. But yeah, going back to 10 and 11, I noticed that the rule of rules, it's a real writing rule that I have found out recently, where as long as it looks visually cool or appealing, it's fine and no one thinks logically. a stupid rule, but it's one that does need to be in. Yeah. Yeah, kind of in a way. It follows like the same sort of principle. Now, I do enjoy like all the set pieces and all that story, yada yada yada. 10 and 11 story is confusing and boring to me. Characters make obvious mistakes. Again, it references the really cool, but a lot of time the characters, if you pay attention to the story, they're being patient for like no reason. Like in 11, this is just an example from the back end. In 11, Liu Kang, they're in the underground temple of Liu Kang's like fire for Shinnok, and the soldiers were there to blow it up. So he shows up for a good 10, 15 seconds, and he's going to elapse the tunnel in on themselves so they can't get out. And they all of them die. All these soldiers have guns. And they're trained military. So no one shoots Liu Kang. No one.
If I was sitting there like, who the hell is that?
No, here's the thing. For a good few years now, it doesn't exactly show the passing time. I'm assuming for like, well, in the story of Mortal Kombat from 10, because everyone's been dead from 9 pretty much, for a good 20 years, people have known that, hey, these guys are dead, they were on our side, now they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're going to invade the area where the big bad of that area is trying to collapse it, and you're just standing there like, looking like a mouth eater.
Open mouth eater.
But that's just like an example. Going back to
Well, the reason why I asked that is because now we're entering, like when you said the first one came out in 95, right?
in the previous area.
That was back when CGI was at infant time, where it was like, where it was so obvious. You look at it now, you was like, man, Tyson made this.
Yeah, it's more obvious in the second one.
You can make these type of videos on your phone,
Yeah,
and they would be better.
Yeah, it's more obvious in the second one with the CGI.
The thing about it is, I only got and having
Then, what was it?
you know what I mean, very, where it's like now you can do CGI, you can't tell what's real. Except for the fact that
Yeah, it's like physics.
with this being such a long-standing man, I wonder, I mean, with these different types of attributes, they just like a classic because now it won't look so crappy with the CGI. It's like they can actually, like how when Avatar came out, the
Avatar: The Last Airbender or Avatar the first, like the one that
not Avatar, what was the one with the blue people?
that was called Avatar.
Right. That is like how they was saying like that was what 15 years ago,
It came out in 2006.
something like that. So now you imagine where we're at now, and it's like okay, you can put the animation, not the animation, CGI with the concept of the movie, and basically bring that video game to actual life, have it look realistic. Or instead, it could be so bent on CGI that it's like and now it's just blowing stuff up and fighting for 2 hours. It's like I could have made a video.
Yeah, if I want to gore bonds again, I'm gonna keep saying this. I'll just look at the game. Mortal Kombat story on a narrative level kind of falls through on certain plots. Again, I'm going to keep saying this because some people might jump around the videos. Rule tool is a rule writing tool. It's evil, it's stupid, but it is necessary. Because if something does not look visually cool and everyone thinks logically all the time, then there is also no intention.
I'll tell you like, for me, I would like a moderate. Give me some time. Right. It's like, but, this is where I have to be objective. I don't want too much dialogue to where it's just like, all right, I'm bored now. Let's get to the fight. That's
Yeah,
what we're
like
here for.
like we're not here for a murder mystery.
Right. It's like the Rocky movies. You know, as they got more and more popular, and they started having different iterations of it. It's like, all right, let's just get to the fight. We already know how this works.
We have a training month. We have a loss. We have a training month. I'm being very, very generous about it. I've seen like one. That was like
Seen
a giant.
one, you've seen them all.
I saw Creed. It's like a sequel to Rocky. So.
You've seen one, you've seen them all. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, we know what Mortal Kombat's about. Yeah, humor me a little bit. Let's get there. And like I said, now going back to my original point, what I feel that can make it a classic is bringing the video game to life with balance, fighting and dialogue. They complement each other. What can make it trash is gratuitous violence, explosions, and fights. Like just everything that goes to top. 10-minute fight scene. It's like you're watching one long 2-hour fight scene, just interchangeable people. That would be so trash to me at this stage of the game.
Another thing that I'm thinking about that could make this a problem is how many of the villains or heroes are they going to pull off? Now, I'm expecting Mortal Kombat for the past few years at this point. They have very rarely. If you're playing the character, your character is invincible. But if you're not playing the character gets one shot and tossed around. Example of this, Johnny Cage. In 9 and in 10, he is playable in the first gen. And it establishes him as pretty powerful, pretty strong. But since he's playable in the first chapter and not for the rest of the game, he essentially gets it feels like he gets weaker for almost no reason. Whereas
he's fighting in a soccer suit.
Okay, well, like here's the example. Here's the example. Because with recent introductions that the comics are only canon when the writers say so, meaning that unless it's explicitly stated, they're not canon. One thing that the characters have, Johnny Cage beat Scorpion in the first chapter, and later he lost to Scorpion in Scorpion's chapter. Like 9 or 10, can't remember. Not 9 or 10 in the game, like chapter 9 or 10 in Mortal Kombat X. Now, they're supposed to be around the same age. Johnny Cage hasn't gotten weaker in terms of power, from what I know, unless you want to count age. But that's just probably me thinking. I don't know. So it's like it's based off who your character is in control of, and because of that, the villains essentially never win fights. So going back to my point, are we going to get a movie where the villains never win a fight?
You have to have them in, and it has to be early in the movie. So like the whole Rocky thing. Like you said, lose, train for a month, come back, almost get to an inch of your life, and then win last night.
Okay, look, here's the thing.
Karate Kid.
I'm going to say this right now, because someone in the future is probably going to come out of it. Yes, I know Jax get his arms frozen, torn off by Sub-Zero. In the trailer. That's not in the tournament, and that's not with Sub-Zero explicitly killing Jax. He simply does it to torture and effort. Because that's what he looks him in the eye, he freezes his arm, and then his arm shatters. I did this. He does the same thing. He does it. Now, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing, I keep saying, like, we're going into the story, like, you know characters are going to be there. Kano, let's start with the trailer. Kano's a good guy, apparently he's a rogue person, right? You know, he's fighting for the heroes, but that kind of was in he was kind of like that in Mortal Kombat 1 where he was fighting on the first round.
Didn't fully trust him.
Essentially. But that's kind of the thing. He's coming more off as the comic relief from what we see in the trailers.
Like Deadpool.
Well, no, here's the thing. We have a character who's like that already. Gage. He was the comic relief. You could put him in, again, he plays a cool one.
And this goes back to what I was saying about how they try to have characters
I don't think it's having too many characters because they're doing one and they're
They'll
doing
start to overlap.
they're doing like 1 and 2, I believe, because they have all the core characters. The only one coming in from 2, I believe, that we've seen in the trailers is Melina, and there's a reference to Katana because you see her fan in the background and all this stuff. So everyone except for Cole Young and Melina, because Reptile was in Mortal Kombat 1. He was a secret boss fight.
That's why I bring it back. And he'll be like a regular person. You're down there, that activity and that. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. If you could do something
No,
like
here's
that,
the thing. Here's the thing.
do it like that.
Here's the thing. They showed that he dies in the trailer.
No,
No, because like in the trailer, you're saying to have like he they explicitly show that he died in the village. Kano, he challenged Kano. Kano, I believe after saying Suicide Squad, they do like a really quick, you know, like all the kills, but really quick kills in the movie. And one of them is Kano having his chest to Reptile. And it's like, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he's holding up like Reptile's heart at the end of it.
I'll tell you this.
And he's doing like his fatality on it. It already happened.
Intentionally I did not watch the majority of the trailer for the simple fact that I do plan on watching the movie, and I did not want to develop preconceived notions of the movie was seen. Nothing up to the point to where the arm got frozen. Or what he did, like a little thing like this, and you see like
He shot Jet, Sub-Zero grabbed the shotgun, Jet for some reason didn't blow his head off, but when he presses the gun, Sub-Zero basically just freezes the entire gun, and the explosion comes out, and the bullets just, and the literal explosion and bullets are just going with the explosion.
right.
And he just does basically what he said.
That's alright.
You know what?
That's I'm in that because I've seen. Sometimes I've watched trailers. Like I'll give you an example. There was I think it was the first Big Mama. It was Martin Lawrence and he was wearing that scenario. I kid you not. The trailer, and there'll be people my age who remember when this came out. The trailer had every funny part that was in the movie was in the trailer. It was like a 2-minute long trailer that they just went nationwide with. And when you watch the movie, literally, if you watch the trailer all the way through, you saw the movie.
That's kind of the problem, because, well, here's another problem. They showed off all the major, what can be considered to be major fatalities in the trailer.
That's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Now, that's this. Do you care if I'm assuming I'm going to tell right now, or do you want to keep the surprise?
Keep the surprise.
Okay, so I technically spoiled one being with Reptile, and I apologize for that, but that was before you told me.
No.
Okay, so I'll keep it at that. So, if I remember correctly, a person I was watching said when they went back to the original movie working on 1995, they said they showed a fatality, but it was not one on a major character. It was just on a random jobber, and that's how you kind of get across like this. Have a random jobber be the victim of a fatality to show that we have a blood and violence. If you don't want to kill off Rocket, kill off a random Tarkov. If you want to kill off Reptile, kill off a random Saurian, which is his race, like the last one, but you can't do that. This is like another character that is a multitude of a species that we can throw in. A monk from
the what's it called? Goro and his people.
Well, no, he kind of can, but
Let me ask you.
well, Kintaro, I wouldn't say he's a jobber, but well, he is in terms of the games because he never went to fight.
Yeah, what's her face?
Shiva, yeah, you could probably kill her off, but no.
No,
here's-
because then the feminist, like, what's her name? Malaria. Shannon Malaria come out and he's like, they killed Chun-Li. What?
Watch, we're gonna get so much chaos. But here's the thing. Being back to serious, quote unquote serious. If you want to show off that you have fatalities in the movie, Yeah, kill off a random jobber, not someone who is a mainstay and is liked by at least some of the fan base. People like Reptile. People like Marina, as you saw that they brought her back from Mortal Kombat 11. People like these characters. You just can't show off in the trailer like, oh, they died, oh, they died, they died, they died, they died. The only one we don't know who will probably die on the good guy side so far is Patet, who might die, is being Kung Lao. But that's actually part of the story.
I just don't want to see Ryu or Ken get killed by Goro in the movie.
Oh, then don't watch Scorpion's Revenge then.
Okay, I don't want to see Blanca getting what's it called, electrocuted by Raiden. That's all I'm saying.
It wouldn't work on him anyway.
I'll say that off. You caught that? Okay, you caught that.
Well, that's also because I know you're
Shock therapy.
I would go into it, but we're here to talk about the movie, not Street Fighter. So.
No. Like I said, for me, once again, as we wrap this up, I want to see balance in between storyline and action.
We need to have highs and that's why they're called highs and lows.
I
The
want
action should be the highs.
I want it to be like interlocking things. You know what I'm saying? I want it to go together. I want to be entertained by the dialogue as well as the action. Having one or the other, tilting the scales in one of the either direction. That when you start having an action film, it's a very delicate type thing. It's a tight line to walk. There's, okay, too much action, terrible storyline, or great storyline, but
Mediocre action. Or middling action, or too much time between each action.
right. Leave something to be desired. I wanna come out of this movie thinking like, not like, okay, I'm all set on this. I'll just go back to the video game. Y'all can disappear for another 27 years on these movies, and I'll be good.
Yeah, because, well, again, we had Scorpion's Revenge. I don't know, I haven't seen it. I heard that the story is actually pretty bad. Scorpion's Revenge, the guy who quote unquote killed him, he's shown in the movie for like 5 minutes and he's buried it.
They should put me in the movie. I can have these sweet. Maybe I'm throwing cookies at them. You know what I'm saying?
You be Jax. You pass as passable Jax.
Yeah, turning people into cake. All of that. You know what I'm saying? All of that.
You could probably pass off as Jax. Then again, if someone can Photoshop Steve Harvey's face over Jax.
Oh my God.
Okay. But with that, we'll wrap this up.
I am Late Night CJ, aka Hey in the street.
And we'll catch you guys later.
Is there?